Okay, the first demo here, the UX21, which is here, is powering a 1080p display over HDMI, and I have game controller with me. The game is GTR Evolution, downloaded from Steam. It's a 2008 game, and I'll just give you a little demo of what's going on here. So, frame rate is really good. This is on default settings. As you can see, it's not a 1080p capable game. I think the resolution is actually much lower than 1080p, but it looks pretty good on this monitor. And everything is very smooth. As you'd expect really from a 2008 game, right? Whoops, and I'm not very good at this. So that's GTR Evolution. Let's play that on the screen on the UX. Okay, just starting up the game on the UX21 itself now, on the UX21 screen, 1366 by 768. We're running in high performance mode with mains power connected. So let's go for a drive. I need to set the controller up. Okay, let's do it with the keys. Again, everything really smooth. Trying to do it with arrow keys is a nightmare. Let's zoom out for you just to show you that I am actually using the UX21. There's the UX21. Okay, now Pinball HD from the Intel App Store. See how quickly that loads.
Welcome to the deep, big underwater adventure. You're standing inside the most perfect submarine.
So
your ship is ready for launching. You have got the mission. Please follow the checkpoints.
what the?
You have got the mission. Please follow the checkpoints. Is ready for launching.
There you go, Pinball HD from the App Store on the UX. Okay, this is Half-Life 2 on default settings, and we are on mains power in performance mode. and the mouse and the keyboard don't work together very well on this, so you need an external mouse, of course. But the frame rate is really smooth.
I find it helpful at times like these to remind myself that our true enemy is instinct. Instinct was our mother when we were an infant species. Instinct kept us safe in those hard-scrambled years when we hardened our sticks, darkened our meals, made fire, and started at the shadows that leapt upon the cavern.
See what frame rate we get. Okay, I've just I've just taken the mains power out. The frames per second has dropped down now to something a bit lower. 60, 70 still. We're in high power mode. 40, down to about 40 frames per second there. Let's go into battery saving mode. Entertainment, quiet office, battery saving, ignore that flashing stuff. So we're in battery saving mode now, and that is down to 20, 25 frames a second. A little bit jerky, not that nice at all, to be honest. And that's at a fairly basic scene. Let's get ourselves zapped so we can do yeah, that drops down to 30 frames a second. Let's Half-Life 2. So here we're taking a look at World of Warcraft, and before we start, let's just show you what graphics settings we've got. No power here. We're running on battery and we're running in performance mode. Good graphics, vertical sync disabled. Okay, let's we've got the frames per second showing at the bottom here, and that's currently showing a stable 27 frames per second. So let's have a little move around and watch, and I'll read out the frames per second. 25, 26, 27, 26, 25, 28, 31. Let's go somewhere where there's a bit of action. And 30, 34, 36, 32. Seems to be fairly stable and it's quite usable. Really no problems with that. I mean, obviously smoother gets better, sorry, faster frame rates get better, but that's 32, and that's, I think, probably the lowest level of playability frame rate you could really have. Let's now plug in mains and see what we get in terms of frame rate once we connect the mains. Okay, we're in mains power now. I'm looking at the frame rate. Not much difference. 28, 30, 32, 33, 35, 36. Maybe a little bit of improvement there. That's a fairly heavy scene. 25 frames a second. Fair bit going on. (31, 33). So let's turn VSync on and put the detail up to full. So we go to options. We're going to go to Ultra Graphics here. We're going to enable vertical sync to get the best screen or anti-tear. Although I didn't see much tearing in that. And let's see what we get to now. Oh wait, I didn't do it properly. So apply, and okay, things have changed. 14.6, 15, 17, 17, and really dropping down there as we get to a busier scene. 15, 15, and you really do notice the difference now, and that's really not a very exciting experience at all. Jerky, just feels old and unplayable like that. Remember we're on mains mode here with high performance, battery settings. Going to switch the graphics to fair. We're on native screen resolution here. Turn to game. So now we're talking 55, 60 frames a second. There, really no problem. And there's headroom there for some really detailed scenes or complex scenes as well. Now I'm going to turn the graphics down to low, put the screen to 1280 by it'll have to be 1280 by 600, I think. Widescreen. Let's see what happens now. Okay, that's going to re-enter. Right, so slightly different look now. You can see a lot of the scenery has gone. But we have a frame rate now of 124, 144 frames per second here. 125, 135, 137, 122, 120, 120. Yeah, so a lot of the scene detail has gone, but if you're a big World of Warcraft player and want to get something done on the go, if you've got a fight to fight, this might be the way to do it. And in fact 50 frames a second with a sort of medium detail. In fact, let's go to full detail with this mode here, 1280 by 600. Applying that, return to game. We got some scenery back. 21, 16, 18. Oh, that's worse than native resolution. So then going back to native resolution with VSync disabled and low graphic settings. Let's see what we get. It's gonna come back in a second. Control R, frame rate. Oh yeah, so with native you're still up at 120, 100, 115. Really not bad at all there. So there are options. Let's have a look what we can get out of this on battery power with low. So I'm in battery power mode at the moment with full performance mode. So this will last about 2 hours max in this mode. The UX is the UX21, remember, with a 35 watt-hour battery. Low graphics settings, 100 frames a second I think is fair, 103, 94, 109, 90, between 90 and 110 there. And then to bring it all the way back round to the start, let's go back to good settings, native screen resolution, battery power, high performance mode, and then we are back at the 30 frames a second, which is probably the minimum you'd want to see on World of Warcraft. So there it is, World of Warcraft. I think that's a good reference point for graphics. This applies to all Ultrabooks here. There's going to be plus minus 2 or 3% between all the Ultrabooks in terms of graphics performance, 3D performance, because they all use the same GPU. There we are, World of Warcraft on the Asus UX21 Ultrabook. This is Core i7 1.8 GHz. Thanks for watching.